A subscription form is a tool that is used to collect email addresses and additional information about the user, for example, name, gender, phone number, city, and date of birth. Let's imagine a situation you must send separate campaigns with men's and women's products. To do this, add gender selection to the subscription form. Or you plan to send automatic birthday emails to the subscriber asking them for their date of birth. In this way, you will segment your audience and send them only the content they expect from you. To collect addresses on the site, place the subscription form on the main page of the site, on the blog, on the product page, or in other frequently visited places. Add a short title that explains why the user should subscribe to the newsletter and the value of your emails. If this is not necessary, it is better to use the minimum number of fields to fill in. Requiring a lot of input data can scare the user away. You can use different types of forms: a built-in form in the footer of the site or in a sidebar, a pop-up, a floating subscription form, or a fixed on the top or bottom of the page. With SendPulse, you can create and add any type of these forms to your website, whether you built the site with SendPulse or not. First, let's consider how to collect leads on the website created with SendPulse. Go to the website section of your SendPulse account. Here you can create a new site from scratch for free. Use a ready-made template or edit an existing one. Select an appropriate place on your site and add a form widget. You can automatically store users' data in the free SendPulse CRM system. Enable adding contacts to your mailing list. Add and edit necessary fields. Choose the variables to store the data from the field in the mailing list and in the CRM system. Customize fields and button appearance and alignment. By clicking on additional form settings, you can set up action after confirming, show users the message, or redirect them to another page. In this way, you can collect and store all the necessary information about the user, offering them to receive discounts or news, download a checklist or white paper, register for an event, make an appointment for a consultation, etc. To make a personalized offer for each individual visitor of your website, use smart pop-ups that appear according to the scenario based on user behavior. This will help you grow engagement and conversions. Let's look at how to add pop-ups to your website. Go to the pop-up section and click the Create Project button. You can install pop-ups on a third-party website or a website created with SendPulse. The project code will automatically be added to the settings for a website created using SendPulse. Here, you can see more than 60 ready-made templates. You can choose any and use it right away or edit it according to your needs. Once you choose a template, you will see the widget builder where you can edit your widget's appearance and change its target action. Choose whether you want to display an image or not. If yes, you can upload a JPG, PNG, or GIF file that is up to 1 MB large. Adjust the position of the image and pop up on the page. Enter a message for your site visitors that will encourage them to interact with your pop-up. You can format your text and add links and emoji. Each selected template has its target action users are expected to perform. Click on a button, subscribe, or provide contact information. You can skip this setting or change your target action, add and customize fields, and edit the call to action on the button. Enable saving contacts in your mailing list. You can create a new one or select the existing one. Also, you can save contacts in CRM. On the right, you can see what your pop-up will look like on your site. Once you have set up your pop-up appearance and target action, click Next. In the next window, you can set up your pop-up scenario. For example, you can track visitor behavior and display the widget only when users perform a certain action, like visiting your site for the first time, scrolling to a certain part of the page, or moving the cursor out of the page. To do this, select an event and a condition operator to track your site visitors' behavior and enter the value you want to track. There are 24 types of display conditions available, including time on the current page or site, session count, scroll more than 50%, time or date period for pop-up display, the URL of the visited page or its title, browser and browser language. UTM parameters define the traffic source and type, the keyword or query phrase, the name of the advertising campaign, and other parameters. The condition for values are equals, not equals, or contains for text values, more than or less than for numeric values. For instance, Let's configure the display of the pop-up only for those who viewed the website for the first time. To do this, select the condition type session count with the value less than 2. If you want to add additional values for the current condition type, click the plus icon on the right. Select the AND or operator. The AND operator is used to strictly take into account each value, both the first and the second. If neither of the conditions is considered, then the pop-up won't appear on the website. The OR operator considers any of the values, the first or second. If you need to add another condition, click the Add Condition button. For example, add the time on site condition and set the pop-up to be displayed 40 seconds after the page opens to allow the user to have a look at the content. Select the order in which the conditions are met. The ALL operator makes the pop-up appear only when all specified conditions are met. The ANY operator displays the pop-up when any of the specified conditions are met. After setting the conditions, name your scenario and click the Save and Publish button. Once you create your pop-up, you can view its appearance, track statistics, edit any setting except for your pop-up type, and copy or delete the pop-up. If you select the Install Pop-ups on an external site option when creating a project, go to the Settings tab and copy the code from the Installation Code field. You can add this code to all site pages where you need a pop-up before the closing tag. You only need to install it once, meaning that each time you add new pop-ups to your project, they will be automatically displayed on your site according to a given scenario.